Good afternoon. Could we open with a word of prayer? Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to get together in a free country and allow us to serve the folks that we serve on an everyday basis. In particular today, we'd like to remember the families of the fallen Marines in Nevada and all the people that are serving us all over the world, keeping us safe. And Lord, we thank you for this food and again, the opportunity to convene together. In Christ's name we pray, amen. And now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now introducing Kenny Craig.
Welcome to the Red Carpet Luncheon, the Vision Awards on behalf of the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce and the Kiwanis and the Rotary Club. I want to thank you for being here. You're in for a real treat today. Unfortunately, our chairperson is not here today. She's ill, but since it's baseball season, we have a great group that's filling in, pitch hitting, is that what they call it? But welcome to the event again this year. Behind me you can see, on behalf of the Chamber, our Centennial Sustaining Sponsors for 2013 and who they are. Let's thank them today, and they are the City of Hamilton, Fort Hamilton Hospital, and Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital. Let's thank them for their support. Also want to thank TV Hamilton and the Hamilton Journal-News for the coverage of our event today. I've got a couple chamber-related announcements to make, and then we'll move on with the program today because you want to really hear from our recipients, award winners, everything they've done and the great work they've done in the community. The first one, there is a card on your table. It looks like this, and it's called Cash Mob Hamilton, Impacting Local Businesses. If you would grab that card and take a look at it. On April 9th, Tuesday, we're asking everybody in this room and everybody that you know to show up at Papa Luigi's from 11:30 to 1:30, anytime in between there, and eat lunch. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to support local businesses. This is a fairly new local business in our community, and we'd like to have you come out and support them that day. One thing to keep in mind is a portion of all the proceeds that day will be donated to Junior Achievement. Are there any Junior Achievement people in the crowd today? If you are, raise your hand. How about board members? I saw Neil. Yeah. So please come out and support them. So what is a cash mob? It's what it sounds like. Just a mob of people show up to support a local business. One other quick announcement on behalf of the Chamber. On Wednesday, April 24th from 11:30 to 1:30, the Chamber will be hosting a Meet the Chamber open house. So if you're not a member of the Chamber, please take a lunch break with the Chamber that day, show up for lunch, and learn all about what we do at the Chamber of Commerce. Again, that is Wednesday, April 24th, 11:30 to 1:30. Now, as I read all the articles about our award winners today in the paper, wasn't just today, but throughout the last week, a couple things struck me. But one of the things that really struck me was they all had something in common in what they said. And in his book, Good to Great, Jim Collins says, if you want to identify people of high character and effective people or companies, they're going to have some characteristics that we all would like to have. Now, I'm not going to name all of them because we do have an award presentation today. You don't want to hear me talk, right? That's what I thought. I'm going to name a couple of them because they do fit. And how many got to read the articles in the Journal-News? They did a great job with those articles. But here are some things I think everybody has in common that's going to be a recipient today because I heard this reoccurring theme. Number one, they're going to attribute success to factors other than themselves. Did you read that? They set up their successors for even greater success. I read a little bit of that. And then they display a workmanlike diligence, more plow horse than show horse. They're giving other people credit. They're doing the work, And they said, you know, I couldn't have done this without, and they're gonna talk to you about that today. So with no further ado, I am gonna introduce Jeffrey Diver, who is a member of the Hamilton Vision Commission, who's gonna fill in and do a great job for us this afternoon. Jeffrey?
Welcome to the 10th Vision Awards presentation. My name is Jeffrey Diver, and I am a Hamilton Vision Commissioner, and I'm also co-chair of the Communications Committee, which is part of the Vision Commission. I'm standing in today for the Hamilton Vision Commission President, Nancy Wiley, who is ill. I'd like to ask Pat Moeller and Mike Dingledine, Mayor Pat Moeller, I should say, and Mike Dingledine to please come forward. Mike is a board member of the Hamilton Vision Commission, and they will be joining me in presenting these awards today. First, a little background. The Vision Commission was created by Hamilton City Council in June 2001 to oversee the implementation of the Vision 2020 plan and to assure the major goals and objectives are achieved. Hamilton's Vision 2020 comprehensive planning project encompasses many aspects for a dynamic city, but its main goal has been to design a framework for action that serves as a living plan for our city. As part of this goal, the Vision Awards were created to recognize projects and accomplishments that are in keeping with the plan. In the past, the Vision Awards were based on 7 categories that were pertinent to the Vision 2020 plan. This year, however, the awards represent the 3 main areas of the city's new strategic plan: live, work, play. There will be 6 awards presented, 2 per area. The Hamilton Vision Commission is pleased to present the 2012 Vision Awards to 6 outstanding organizations or individuals whose contributions to the betterment of Hamilton uphold the philosophy of the Vision 2020 plan. Before we begin, I'd like to ask any past Vision Award winners to please stand and be recognized. Also, would any members of the Hamilton Vision Commission, including the subcommittees, including the Communications Committee that helps put on this event, please stand. Any Hamilton Vision Commissioners or subcommittee members? Without these dedicated volunteers, the Vision Commission wouldn't be able to accomplish all that it does for Hamilton. And now to the awards presentation. For any person or organization that has made an impact on our community by efforts to improve the city where we live through historic preservation, making livable neighborhoods, positive image, community service, connecting people, or influencing education. Under the category of Live, we present these 2 awards. First, to Historic Developers Incorporated, who will be recognized for 3 projects in downtown Hamilton. The first is a group of buildings constructed in the 1870s known as the Mercantile Block. In 2003, the City of Hamilton took the bold step of purchasing the 3 buildings located at 228, 232, and 236 High Street to ensure their preservation and reuse. The city then engaged Steve Kuhn and historic developers. It took a strong belief in the project and in the city itself on behalf of these out-of-towners to assume substantial risk in order to proceed. Phase 1 was the easternmost building of the 3, the Davis McCrory building, and was completed in 2010. It contained 9 total residential units and the first commercial tenant, SHP Leading Design. Phase 1 was awarded the 2011 Best Mixed-Use Project by Heritage Ohio. Phase 2 was the redevelopment of the remaining 2 buildings and was completed in 2011. It would be composed of 20 residential units, 2 additional commercial spaces, and the breathtaking historic atrium and grand staircase. And you'll see slides of that appearing on the slide screen. Also in 2011, the Hamilton Journal-News announced that it would be vacating its building in downtown Hamilton. Again, the belief in Hamilton by historic developers came through. The project was completed in the winter of 2012-2013 and now houses the Butler Tech School of Arts, Miami Valley Ballet Theater, and Hamilton City Schools' ABLE program. Historic Developers' most recent project is the Robinson Schwinn Building, which is on High Street across from the Mercantile Lofts and directly behind the Bettler Tech School of Arts. The property was acquired in 2012, and they have since renovated the facade and are preparing to house their first new tenant, the National Sales Office of LifeRay Incorporated. It's fair to say that this development group has had an impact on downtown Hamilton beyond any other in decades. Accepting the award today are partners Steve Kuhn and Joe Parsons. Please join me in applauding them.
I love to talk. You know, the real vision was when they did save those buildings, and you know, I was here in the community when we came in, and they said, "Boy, they got to tear those buildings down. When are you going to tear them down?" And for 3 or 4 years, there were some challenges, and we kind of fought through that. And thank goodness that you had strong leadership in this community, you know, to help us see it through. From the city fathers and the community foundation, you know, we started doing our part was easy. It was just having the will to save that building, and I honestly feel that over the next 15 or 20 years, Hamilton's going to do nothing but look up, and because this is just, I think, the one of many. Whether I restore these buildings or somebody else, you've got so much fabric here that this is really going to, in my opinion, it's going to be known as one of the best cities to do development, and you've got so much fabric here, you should take advantage of it, and we're just glad to be a part of it. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Mike Dingledine. I'm another stand-in for Nancy. I looked at my calendar today, and I had a Rotary lunch, I had a Vision Commission meeting, and I had a Chamber red carpet luncheon. So fortunately, it all worked out to be in the same place. It tells me something else, too, that when groups like this in Hamilton get together, good things happen. And I think that's really cool. And I think the people we're honoring today are all part of all those organizations. And I'm amazed, Kenny talked about some of the things that are in common. Some of the things that are different is we have a 50-year age span among our honorees this year. I think that's pretty cool, that we have people pulling the kind of weight they're pulling in this community at the age they're doing it, both young and old. You know, we talk about generational gaps, but not today. Today we have every generation represented. I think the other thing they have in common is they don't accept the status quo. I think for some of them, you had to come to Hamilton and not know anything to realize you really can't close High Street. But you can. If you ask the right people and you do the right things and you go through the right motions, things can get done in Hamilton. And I think people who live here, some of them know that. Some of them, it takes people like Steve and Jason to come from out of town and say, well, let's try something we've never tried before. I'm really proud to be a part of this thing, and so I'm going to move on to the next award. John R. Mosier, and as everyone knows, Shirley calls him Jack, works hard to make Hamilton a beautiful, clean, and inviting place. When he retired from being a judge in Butler County Common Police Court, he decided to keep his mind and his body active. Therefore, he works many hours, almost daily, digging, planting, cleaning ugly properties and maintaining public spaces. As a master gardener, Jack's work includes converting a downtrodden corner lot into a children's play area, designing, building, and maintaining an English garden at Pyramid Hill, planting and maintaining flower pots and gardens at the Columbia and Black Street Bridges, the City Police Department, the city's golf courses, the City Welcome Center, among others. He's also a volunteer and a board member, and trust me, the list is long. What I'll read today, he's a board member of Sojourner Recovery Services, Pyramid Hill Sculpture Park, Community Corrections Center, the Talbert House, the Board of Heart Association, the Hamilton Traffic Commission, and he just finished 9 years, and I know this, I followed him on the board of the Hamilton Community Foundation. He's a board member of the Transportation Improvement District and a manager and caretaker of Hamilton's Tree Nursery with the Tree Board. Jack has 3 children, Linda, Janet, and Don, and 11 grandchildren and 1 great-grandson. Please welcome Jack Mosier to the podium.
Thank you very much. It was certainly my intention to get up here really and point out all the other individuals who are in this room who are equally deserving of such an award. I was fearful I would miss someone, and maybe I shouldn't, but really, as I look out there and I see all the people who've volunteered constantly. You know, Rotary Rebels is putting on a show starting right now, put on by volunteers. And for those of you who go there and you look at the stage, just remember, someone created that stage. Really, it was Larry and Mary Slocum who designed that and have worked as volunteers designing all the staging for at the fitness center. And what would we do without them and many others? And I look out there and I see Craig Wilkes looking at me, a volunteer, and my gosh, Steve Timmer. There I go naming people. I shouldn't, because I'm going to miss a lot of you. But really, there's so many volunteers, and volunteers are going to make this city go. And under the leadership of Kenny Craig and the Chamber of Commerce, and our mayor, Pat Muller, and our city manager, Joshua Smith, my goodness, under that kind of leadership, Hamilton is on its way. And I appreciate being a part of it. I appreciate this honor. And let me tell you, as I look out there, there's an old saying, an adage, and I repeat it in spite of the fact you've all heard it. You know, there are three types of individuals. Those that make things happen, and I'm looking out at the people who make things happen in Hamilton. And then there's that group who watch things happen, and that's all right, we need a cheering section. And then there's also the overwhelming majority who don't know what in the hell has happened. Now, I'm minded here, I got a letter here signed by Nancy Wiley and Craig Wilkes. It says, if you would like to say a few words, go ahead, but we don't particularly want you to. Your comments should be limited to 3 minutes. And if you go beyond that, we're going to take this award back. So my 3 minutes are about up. And I did have something very important to relate to you. And I can't tell you, my time's up.
For any person or organization that has made an impact on our community by efforts to improve the city where we work through innovation, job creation, or economic development, under the category of work, we present these 2 awards. Chad Reigert, In Motion Bicycle Shop. Chad is a native Hamiltonian who graduated from Baden High School in 1989. After 5 years spent serving our country in the U.S. Marine Corps, Chad returned to Hamilton to continue to build his life here. After the recession set in, when others may have lost hope, Chad saw this as an opportunity to become an entrepreneur and open a small business in his hometown, opening up In Motion Bicycle Shop in 2011. The dedication and determination that led Chad to open In Motion is the same he feels for Hamilton. Wanting to be part of Hamilton's revitalization, he decided to locate his business adjacent to Hamilton's Welcome Center in downtown Hamilton. At perhaps one of the most challenging moments in Hamilton's history, Chad took a chance on our city because of his love for and belief in Hamilton's future. He quickly became a symbol for the entrepreneurial spirit that will lead the city into the 21st century. His risk in investing in downtown Hamilton has no doubt inspired many of the other new small businesses in the urban core to believe in Hamilton as well. Chad has quickly become part of the culture of welcoming people to Hamilton. He's involved in the City of Sculpture, the Parks and Recreation Commission, the Complete Streets Committee, Wheel and Heel Dualathon, Operation Pumpkin, New London Hills, and Bachfest. He has also recently become the building manager for 3 of the city's downtown revitalization projects, Robinson Schwinn, Journal News, and the Mercantile Lofts. Chad embodies the Vision Commission's work, ideal. Through In Motion Bicycle Shop and his countless other activities, Chad is one of the city's biggest champions. Chad's own words state his passion for Hamilton best. Quote, "Every day I admire our past and focus on the future. I constantly strive to seek new ways to make Hamilton unique and relevant for the 21st century. Great things can happen when people come together." Chad and his family, he has 4 children and is married to the love of his life and his best friend, Julie Schock, represent the future of Hamilton and how great it can be. His example as an urban pioneer, entrepreneur, and loving father and husband is one for all Hamiltonians to follow. Please join me in welcoming and applauding Chad Reichert. Okay. Speech.
Our next recipient is Brandon Sarber. Brandon began working for the City of Hamilton in the newly rebuilt Economic Development Division in 2011. Actually, in 2001, he started working for me. So I take full credit, or at least as much as I'm allowed to take, for his upstanding character. He's the City Small Business Liaison, Business District Representative, and Marketing Coordinator. During his time in economic development, Brandon built meaningful relationships with Hamilton's small business community. He quickly proved his value as a conduit between businesses and the city administration through his passion and his hard work. In May of 2012, Brandon moved into his new role as assistant to the city manager. I think Joshua would tell you he does it all. Brandon assists the city manager on a number of fronts. With the administration so focused on increased capital investment and job creation, he works closely with the developers and businesses to address issues in order to keep projects moving forward. Brandon has most recently worked on projects such as the creation of the Core Fund, the City Strategic Plan, and assisting companies such as Life Ray and historic developers. Brandon isn't just an idealist about making Hamilton a better place. He's personally dedicated to doing the hard work necessary, no matter how challenging it might be personally. A lifelong Hamiltonian and a graduate of Stephen T. Baden High School and Miami University, he goes far beyond the requirements of his employment with the city, and he currently resides in Hamilton's Lindenwold neighborhood with his wife, Christina, and their 2 lovely children, James and Mahalia. Got that right. Thank you. And Brandon, please come up here and accept your award.
I'll say a few words. I'm really honored by this and honored to be selected by such an esteemed group of Hamiltonians as the Hamilton Vision Commission. So I really appreciate this. It means a lot. Not entirely sure how I ended up here, but I consider myself very fortunate to go to work every day for a city manager and mayor and city council who, you know, their passion and their dedication to this town is really something to be admired, and they deserve this much more than I do, but I'll accept it on behalf of the entire city team. Yeah, I guess I should acknowledge my family here today. My grandmother and my Aunt Cindy are back there. Lovely, supportive parents. My father, Jim, mother, Anita, stepfather, Scott, and the love of my life and my inspiration, Christina. Thank you very much.
For any person or organization that has made an impact on our community by efforts to improve the city through the arts, entertainment, recreation, events, or activities. Under this category of play, we present these 2 awards. First, to Frances Manone. Frances Manone has been the executive director of the Great Miami Rowing Center since its inception in 2007. Her passion, determination, and dedication are an important part of how GMRC was founded and exists today. Without Ms. Manone's knowledge and connections, the Vision Commission would not have been able to bring this exciting and beneficial sport to our community. Over the last 5 years, she has steadfastly continued to find ways to bring preteens, teens, and adults to the sport of rowing. There is nothing she won't do for GMRC. From traveling 200 miles to pick up a new dock because the shipping was too expensive, to networking with any and all organizations that benefit rowing in Hamilton. This is the latest position in a long and distinguished history of rowing accomplishments. Before taking over as GMRC's executive director, she created LPJ Chicago, including a rowing facility that focuses on students in the greater Chicago area, as well as aided in the development of the Cincinnati Junior Rowing Club. She served on the U.S. Rowing Junior Women's Committee and Youth Advisory Committee. Ms. Manone was also worked with the junior national team in 1997 and the junior development camp in 1998. Recently, Ms. Manone was elected to serve a 3-year term on the U.S. Rowing Board of Directors. As the Midwest Region Director, she will represent a 13-state territory that includes Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. Francis's knowledge and commitment to youth rowing is well known, and she will bring a strong voice for the athlete to the U.S. Rowing Board table. Francis is married to John and has 2 boys, William 11 and Evan 8. We are fortunate to have someone as passionate about rowing as Francis Manone to head up the GMRC. Please welcome Francis Manone.
I will attempt to match Judge Mosier's wit and Chad's brevity, although I don't think I could fit into that. It's quite something. And they already stole my thunder by saying my first thing that I wrote down was not alone. So when I was thinking about what I was going to say at this moment, first thing I was going to say was I didn't get here alone. Very supportive family. I wouldn't be able to be as over-involved in everything that I do without my husband, John, who can help support me, lets me go to regatta committee meetings and all the other meetings that happen in the evening and helps take care of the kids. And I certainly would not be able to be as over-involved as I am without John. And certainly without the the Great Miami Rowing Center Board of Directors and our staff, our part-time staff. They are certainly very much enabling me to do what I can do for the community. And this is a kind of an odd twist. I wanted to thank the river. Why the river? I wanted to thank the river because the river really is, it's not our only distinct asset in the community. There's lots of other very distinct assets, including lots of people in the room if you want to talk about human assets. But the river being the river, it is why we're here. It's why this community was created, and I think the river itself is going to help sweep new changes and lots of new things into the community, and it is really one of our biggest and best assets. That being said, if you want to get on the river, I have to do my plug. We have lots of great programming going on for anybody, 7th and 8th grade, up to even Judge Mosier was participating on one of our rowing machines at the reception last fall. We are also starting a program for the adaptive community. So if you know a person confined to a wheelchair, please join us this summer as we endeavor to get those folks out on the river so that we have really pretty much anybody who wants to get on the river can. But thank you very much for the award. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
You know, there's that sentence about 7 degrees of separation for all of us, and if you've grown up in Hamilton, you know that's only about 3 degrees. But I'm also struck now that I'm going to introduce Jason and Tammy Snyder, who came here working for the Mercantile Group. So these connections are all around us. They moved to Hamilton as part of a job transfer and quickly became part of the community. They recognized that downtown Hamilton's development was on the rise, making it Ohio's 2nd fastest growing city in 2012. With that in mind, Jason and Tammy wanted to bring awareness to the city. Ohio is, in fact, one of the largest pumpkin growing states in the world and is home to a large number of giant pumpkin growers, Jason Snyder being one of them. The Snyders saw an opportunity to combine their personal interests with the potential for a great downtown fall festival and used the opportunity to revive the name of one of Hamilton's historic events, Operation Pumpkin. Operation Pumpkin was a program that Jim Grimm, a true visionary, developed for school-age children back in the 1950s, and as a way for them to have a safe and fun Halloween. The event lasted from the 50s into the 70s. It took newcomers to the city to think outside the box and bring this dynamic event back to our downtown. In the end, Hamilton's new Pumpkin and Art Festival, called Operation Pumpkin, attracted an estimated 30,000 attendees last fall and has garnered the attention of many individuals and organizations and will likely continue to be a wonderful way to play in downtown Hamilton. Jason and Tammy are happy to call Butler County their home and look forward to their raising their 3 girls, Carrington, Avery, and Burke, here and continuing to be part of this community. Please help me in welcoming Jason and Tammy Snyder.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah, you don't want to talk.
Tammy's done a lot of the speaking in the past, so I guess I got to take one for the team this time. Like to thank everyone in this room. Relocating, Tammy and I expected a number of challenges, and to be honest, people like Mike and Cindy Dingodine accepted us with open arms and made it a whole lot less challenging. The only challenge, I guess, is babysitters in the middle of the afternoon. So there's a lot of people, like Kenny mentioned, we're definitely only up here because of a lot of people that backed us and supported us. Joshua, the city manager, having the open-mindedness to close down High Street, let us move forward with that. A lot of volunteers, people who didn't even volunteer. Mike and Cindy, for instance, I believe only signed up for 1 volunteer shift, and I think they were there more than Tammy and I. A couple other people as well, Jerry Flick with the utility department, along with Tim Tasker and the utility department. Again, just as many hours in that event as we had. I'd like to thank Steve Kuhn and the partners for getting us down here and supporting the event as well. And I guess the last one would be our sponsors. Everything revolves around money, and if it wasn't for the people who stepped up last year taking that risk in a first-time event, especially the size of the event, we really appreciate that and hope to have you on board again this year. Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Pat Mueller, who will read a proclamation for our winners.
Good afternoon. You know, Vision Awards aren't based on who you know, it's what you've done. And these folks definitely have accomplished a lot. I want to play a little bit of word association real quick with each one of the award winners. Historic Developers Incorporated, 2 words, capitalized, thank you. Judge Moser, I'll say a few more words if that's okay for him. I've never seen a judge who at 5 o'clock at night, when it's getting kind of dark out during part of the year, at the Columbia Bridge, planting flowers and plants by the headlights of all the cars going home. But I saw him do it. I'll never ever forget that. Chad Reigert, mayor on wheels. Doesn't say too much, but you're the mayor on wheels. Brandon, what a work ethic with results. With results, and we've all seen that. Francis Magnon, let me think. That's what came to my mind. You have rode and organized where no person's ever rode or organized before, and thank you very much. Jason and Tammy Snyder turned the words, we've never done it that way, totally upside down. And a little bit of word association. Now the proclamation, I'll read to all of you. Office of the Mayor proclamation. Whereas Hamilton Vision Commission presents Vision Awards to those who show passion and dedication for the overall improvement of the city of Hamilton, Ohio. These awards are given to individuals or organizations that align with the city's strategic plan of live, work, play. This year, the Vision Commission proudly announces its 2013 Vision Award winners. Under the Live category, Historic Developers is being recognized for its 3 downtown Hamilton renovation projects. These projects include the Mercantile Block, the Hamilton Journal-News Building, and the Robinson Schwen Building. The development group has earned multiple awards for restoring historical sites. John R. Jack Moser is committed to improving the City of Hamilton's appearance. Almost daily, Master Gardener Jack Moser can be found digging, planting, and cleaning properties and maintaining public spaces throughout our City of Hamilton. Chad Reichert became an entrepreneur in 2011 by opening on the Riverfront In Motion Bicycle Shop. Chad continues to move our city by creating new ways to make Hamilton unique, active, relevant, and providing leadership for special events. Brandon Sarber shows tremendous enthusiasm for business growth and community marketing. Brandon currently fills the role of assistant to the city manager and continues to work with local organizations to create growth, job opportunities, and has proven to be valuable to our city administration and our citizens. Under the play category, Francis Manone has been the executive director of the Great Miami Rowing Center since 2007. Francis's passion for rowing has brought the sport to the City of Hamilton and Butler County. Since its inception, the Great Miami Rowing Center has seen growth in popularity and is a key attraction to the City of Hamilton and Butler County. Jason and Tammy Snyder are the founders of the City of Hamilton's Pumpkin and Art Festival and has also revived Operation Pumpkin. This now annual event attracted an estimated 30,000 visitors to our historic downtown in 2012. Their vision of creating a new unique event has shown true dedication to the City of Hamilton. Now, therefore, I, Pat Muller, Mayor of the City of Hamilton, Ohio, and members of Hamilton City Council do hereby congratulate the 2013 Hamilton Vision Award winners, signed by myself and acknowledged by all members of Council. Thank you and congratulations to all of you.
Our thanks and congratulations go to all the honorees for their hard work and dedication to the City of Hamilton. I also want to thank Mike Dingledine for pinch hitting at the last minute as I did. And many thanks to the Communications Committee of the Hamilton Vision Commission for heading this project. And I'd like again to ask, will the Communications Committee members please stand? Because we work really hard on making this happen. Great. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Some of them aren't here, but Brandon Sarber, Pam Gruber, Liz Colombo for research and writing, and Perry Richardson and Miami Hamilton for furnishing the photographer, and to Mike and Cindy Dingledine for creating the beautiful boards. Thank you for coming, and please be sure to view the boards before you go. It's my pleasure now to introduce the Hamilton Rotary Club President, Mag Baker.
Thank you, Jeffrey. And I know I'm the one that stands between you and your NCAA tournament games this afternoon, so I'll make it quick. Just a couple comments. I've said this before and I'll say it again. What a great time to be a Hamiltonian. I'm so proud. And those of us that have lived in this community for many, many years, and it's just, we're coming back out and we're rising from the ashes, and it's just all of you out there. Again, thank you for attending the Vision Awards, and everybody have a great afternoon. And by the way, Kenny, it is basketball season, not baseball season, so. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? Thank you all, and have a great afternoon.
Good job, Steve. Appreciate it.